Hi, I'm Austin Katz. I'm from Sarasota, Florida, and I swim for the University of Texas, and this is Deck Pass Live.
I love the Golden Gate Bridge. Great shot of that. You are watching Deck Pass Live, presented by Xfinity. Here for day 2 of the Phillips 66 National Championships on the campus of Stanford University. Hi, everybody. I am Jeff Cummings.
And I am Amy Van Dyken. And today we're going to do something really fun, Jeff. We're going to talk about the young and the old of swimming. You know about the old.
I definitely know about the old of swimming.
I know the young.
and it's really good to see this dichotomy at this Nationals, because we're seeing some of the older swimmers, the more advanced swimmers, kind of maybe in the twilight of their careers, getting one more push to get to 2020 Tokyo.
Yeah.
And we have the young ones who are making their first push at Olympic teams. We might be seeing them in their 30s trying to, stay on that national team.
Right, and we're seeing some other things. We're seeing resurgence of careers. We're also seeing the end of some careers, and so we're going to talk about all of it. And it is sad to say the end. I actually got chills because I know
we know
who it
all
is.
about what the end of a career is like.
It's not fun, people. Keep going as long as possible.
Yes, that's why I got into master swimming.
Bless your heart. I didn't.
So we're going to start talking about the young faces of swimming, and one of them is still doing so well here at Nationals after having a great meet at the World Championships. Regan Smith last night in that 200 butterfly, digging deep to win that in a personal best. I was just so surprised at her. Looking at her, she's looking so calm, I guess, right there, but probably thinking, this is butterfly. It's still a little bit new for me.
She looks beautiful, Jeff. She looks so gorgeous in the water swimming that butterfly.
And she had some really good talent next to her.
Yeah.
Dakota Luther, who just had a great World University Games, and just absolutely fun with it, and I was very impressed. And joining us here on the Deck Pass Live desk is Mike Parratto, coach of Regan Smith. Mike, it's great to see you.
Thanks for having me here. It's great.
So you've been on the pool deck for a little more than 3 decades, seen a lot of swimmers through this sport. If you were to create your resume right now, what would you put as the first item? Would you put daughter of Jessica Parratto, Olympic diver, father of Jessica Parratto, Olympic diver? Would you put coach of Jenny Thompson, multiple Olympic gold medalist, coach of Regan Smith, 3-time world record holder?
I think I better put them all in the first line.
Be one long run-on sentence.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome.
That would be cool.
You were not in Korea. You had Regan Smith in Korea.
Yes.
A lot was going on. What kind of communication did you guys have back and forth?
Basically, it was all through texting.
Okay.
And we were just talking about basically send the practices, see how we're doing, send the practices to Coach Greg as well. And so he was working with her there, and the communication was basically, well, how do you feel? Yeah. How's it going? How's the food? So it pretty much was confined to the training and sending practices.
How was the food?
I believe the food in Singapore, according to many people, was outstanding, and maybe not as outstanding in Korea.
Okay.
But I, that's for other people to decide.
Right.
So you weren't in Korea, you were in Minnesota, and from what I understand, the day of Regan's 200 back semifinal, when she broke the world record, you were leading a morning workout.
That's correct.
And you stopped everybody to watch the race.
We did. The practice stopped, and I had the NBC app on my phone, so I had 30-some swimmers come out, held the phone up high, get everybody as close as I could, and we got to watch the semifinal as it happened, which is really great. And after the first 50, the world record line is there, and she's ahead of the world record. And I turned to everybody and I said, well, you normally see that. That's not a thing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And then at the 100, it was about the same. But when she got to the 150, and she had I believe the split was 131, then the oohs and ahs came from everybody when I said, wow, this is going to be good. So I, like I would, in a silly way, I'm yelling go, like I'm at the meet.
Right.
And my kids are kind of laughing at me a little bit, but as the last 15 meters came around, I said, hey, this is going to happen. And she's well ahead of the line.
Right.
And I just turned to everybody and said, that's a world record.
Now, obviously, that's a goal for every swimmer. Did you expect it to happen so soon?
She had trained extremely well over the last couple of years, especially this last year. And she just kept getting better and better in the training and in our beginning and mid-season meets, and the possibility that it would happen just increased. And and do I think that she would get it? I kind of thought she had a chance at it, and I knew she'd go fast, but you never know how fast. Right. So she provided that little extra at the end.
Amazing. So give us the scoop. What was your text to her after that race?
Boy, I should probably just look at my phone. I said, congratulations, you've earned that swim.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, obviously the hard work was paying off for
Absolutely.
that. And
she earned it for sure.
And then obviously the kind of the cherry on that was to get that medley relay lead off and get that world record too.
Very grateful for the opportunity. It seemed like she was ready. I'm glad that Team USA saw that as well, and its staff. And to get that 100 record, and then people behind her, obviously great Olympians themselves.
Right.
And to get the world record in the medley was just a really great way to end the meet.
Now, we saw something spectacular last night. Regan Smith rolled over onto her stomach and swam the 200 butterfly.
Right.
I don't know that a lot of people knew that she had that. What else does she have in her bag of tricks?
Well, yeah, she swam the 200 fly a year ago. She was third, actually, at Nationals a year ago in that event. This particular last season, actually, we did the 200-meter free in season, the 400-meter free. So I think she doesn't mind training that way, and she doesn't mind competing in different events. As far back as December, she went to the junior meet and did a 200-yard free, 500-yard free, and I thought swam quite well in those events. So I think it keeps it interesting, and I also think it helps her backstroke as well.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got kind of your eye not just on the swimming pool, but in the diving well as well. We said earlier your daughter, Jessica Parratto, an Olympian in Rio.
Yes.
How is she doing with her diving?
She had a great last year. She just graduated from Indiana University. She had a great last year there. I got to go to the Big Ten meet and the NC2A meet this year, so that was great to see her do that. And she's preparing like any other diver would for the trials next June.
I think there's a possibility you could be watching Regan preparing her in Tokyo and then turn right around and be a dad and watch Jessica on the platform.
That would certainly would be an amazing thing, yes.
I think that would be just the ultimate dream for you, to be dad and coach at one meet.
It would be a very nice trip for everybody.
And now you get to play on both ends of the pool.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I wouldn't mind that at all.
It's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Now, Mike, I can't sit here as myself, and say that I'm the swimmer that I am without having someone swimming next to me, pushing me, Jenny Thompson. I don't think you can say Amy Van Dyken without Jenny Thompson, because she made me a better swimmer. She was your first gold medalist, first world record holder. What was so special about her?
Jenny had an absolute intensity about her.
Yeah.
She loved to race, as you know, and like anybody at your level, she loved to win. And to go to the number of Olympics she did and be in those races and be part of those relay teams and everything that she did was a part of who she was. She enjoyed being with her team.
Yeah.
And celebrating victories with her teammates. So I think that, and I'll tell you, anchoring a lot of those relays was exactly what she wanted to do.
And it's where she belonged. Sorry, it's where she belonged. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it was like with Nathan Adrian now. I think it would, in those Olympics, it was like it would be shocking to not have a relay without Jenny.
Right, and she, putting her in that position was just ideal, I think.
Right.
Because she was going to give you everything she had every time out.
So just really quick, one thing I think is really intriguing to me is there something you see in Regan now that you saw in Jenny all those years ago?
Yeah, I think in Jenny it was a little bit easier to see all of that intensity. Regan certainly has that.
Yeah.
It may not be as visible all the time, but in anybody of that level and trying to do some outstanding things, it's there. It doesn't always have to show itself, but it's there.
Exactly.
Coach, Mike, amazing to speak with you. It's been so much fun watching your swimmers through the years, being a part of it. Yes. And I'm so glad that you stopped by and talked with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it. Amy, Jeff, thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Thanks,
right.
Coach.
All right.
And it's just so great to see Mike on the deck. As I said, he's been in this sport for more than 30 years. And very few coaches can say that they've had Olympic or world record holders now across two generations. I mean, it's very rare for a coach to be able to have that, unless you're maybe in college. But to have them at the age group level, very, very difficult to maintain that.
So rare. And it takes a special coach, a special human to be able to harness the talent of a youngster. I mean, if you have kids at home, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, they're wily sometimes.
I know. It's crazy.
Right?
Absolutely crazy. I mean, you got to be a babysitter sometimes with a lot of these swimmers. But I've watched Regan on deck, and actually it's kind of funny before he came on the show. Yeah. You know, he had to go find Regan's parka because she left it here. That's just being a kid, you know.
Oh.
So, you know, he's making sure that she's got it taken care of, because I think parka is one of her good luck charms or something like that.
And her pink Crocs, I think.
And her pink Crocs and her pink water bottle.
Yep.
There's a lot of things that go on. Those of you who don't know swimming very well, we have a lot of superstitions.
A lot.
And if you take one away, it could be really detrimental to our racing.
Don't do it. I even had socks for each race. Heaven forbid I would wear the 100 butterfly on the 50 free day. I mean, it was all messed up, and it was a hot mess, and there were tears.
You dive in and do butterfly on your 50 free?
Apparently so. I would just be all discombobulated.
Well, we're thankful you did not do that.
Me too, Jeff. Thank you.
So, speaking of Regan Smith, there's a little trivia thing.
Okay.
She was 5 months old when Ryan Lochte swam at his first nationals. I mean, that's just absolutely amazing.
Wow.
2002, Ryan Lochte swam in his first nationals. Regan Smith was just 5 months old. Her parents probably thinking, oh, we'll get her in a little baby mommy and me swim lessons, while Ryan Lochte was making his bid to be the great swimmer he is now.
That is so crazy. And Ryan Lochte is back at this swim meet.
Yes.
He's swimming again. We got to see him this morning. There he was.
Yeah, this is the 2014 nationals when he and Michael Phelps were battling it out. 200 IM. Phelps was at the top, and Ryan got his number at that race. It was so cool. I mean, those are the days we just love to see Phelps and Lochte racing each other.
It was awesome. And they were such great competitors with each other. They were good friends, and it was just neat. You knew that, you know, when they were racing in an Olympic pool, that one was going to get first and one was going to get second. It was just a matter of who, right?
It was so much fun to watch.
It was so great. It reminds me back of the day of Matt Biondi and Tom Jager when they would swim the sprints, right? It was kind of that rivalry.
That back and forth, and they made each other better. Like you said, Jenny made you better.
Right.
Michael made Ryan better, and vice versa. And I think Ryan is probably missing his old swimming partner, Michael, right now. He's probably laughing, sitting on his couch, kicking back. It's like, yeah, you go ahead and swim that 200 freestyle. I'll just be here with my kids, just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Playing with toy cars and whatever.
Yeah, so Ryan did not, unfortunately, make it back to get a second swim in that 200 freestyle. I think he was 37th in the prelims today. But I think that's his first race in a couple of years. So a lot of cobwebs in there that he had to shake off.
Well, of course, and what people don't understand is, he's in the pool practicing, right? But you cannot simulate a race environment.
No.
It is very different than anything that happens in the pool. And so for him to come back and to get 37th, I think is spectacular. Are we going to see him again at this meet? Do we know?
Yeah, he's got like 4 more events. He's got like 100 free, 100 fly, 100 back, and 200 IM.
Okay, perfect. So he just got a little warm up. He's going to be fine. Ryan Lochte, is back, and we're excited to see him on the pool deck for sure.
Yeah, and he did that 157 200 IM time trial yesterday, which was very promising.
Right? No, it's great.
Very promising.
It's really good, and that's the thing too, is a lot of these top swimmers will not time trial in an event like this because you want to concentrate on your events. He's got to race, people. He has got to get in there, and like you said, dust the cobwebs off because it really is different.
Yeah, so we're seeing Ryan Lochte come back in the pool and give it one more go to see if he can make another Olympic team. Somebody who we're going to be saying goodbye to, unfortunately, at this meet is the American record holder in the 100 butterfly, Dana Vollmer, who announced that her 100 fly here in Palo Alto will be her last one. And this is her at the 2011 National Championships, just after coming back from the World Championships. It was here in Stanford.
Yeah, and she looks beautiful.
And here we have the call with Rowdy, who's going to talk about this race.
Although they're not used to this big of a turnaround. And so you'll watch Dana Vollmer. She's in the smack in the middle of the pool, lane 5. Christine Magnuson in lane 7. The lanes are flipped here. It's lane 10 up top in your picture, lane 1 near the bottom.
Yeah, and that makes lane 5 the top qualifier. Usually, when you have 8 swimmers, you'll have lane 4 be the top qualifier. And Dana Vollmer has kind of picked up where she left off at the World Championships, looking very good early on.
Claire Donahue out of Western Kentucky had the lead at the turn. Vollmer trying to turn it on here. Magnuson is trailing the field rather badly. Dana Vollmer putting that kick on. And Dana Vollmer is coming in. And there's no lag. No problem. 57-26.
Absolutely amazing to see her be able to get back on first, because as a lot of people don't remember, they were in Shanghai for World Championships 2011.
Yeah.
They came, a lot of them, Missy Franklin I think was one, and a few others, flew across the Pacific Ocean and really the next day started swimming at nationals to get some more swimming in. It's very tough to do, and like what Dana did, we have a lot of these swimmers like Regan last night doing that. It's very tough to do. Dana doesn't have that problem. She's just here to just swim that 100 butterfly. I hope she goes out on a good note.
I hope she does too, because she's been nursing a shoulder injury for quite some time, and she just recently has been able to swim without pain, she said. And so I'll tell you what, she is an icon of United States swimming, and we will dearly, dearly miss her. So congratulations, Dana, on your career and your retirement, and best of luck.
Yeah, so we're going to see her in the 100 butterfly. I believe it's tomorrow. And
yeah.
I think everybody's going to be happy and sad to see her swimming.
Yeah.
And we're really, like you said, she's going to have a legacy in this career, in this sport, that's going to go on for generations.
Ever.
Yeah. So she's going to be in the pool tomorrow. Tonight we're going to have a lot of 200s. We're going to have the 200 freestyle, 200 breaststroke, and 200 backstroke. And you definitely want to watch those tonight beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. And that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Again, we're going to have a lot of fresh faces. A lot of people are going to get some first national titles in these events, and that's going to be exciting to see.
I think it's so fun, especially leading into 2020. Get that momentum going. I mean, who knows what could happen?
I don't know. I think it's going to be really fun. So everybody got some good rest. It's going to be really exciting to see. I got some good sleep last night. Did you? How about you? Did you sleep well?
I slept well. I had to wake up early. I don't want to talk about it, but I'll talk about it tonight. You get to see what I did this morning at 6:30 in the morning. Mind you, I go to bed at like 4.
That's dedication.
I'll tell you what, I had a great time. So I'll show you what we did this morning at 6:30 in the morning. You don't want to miss it. Deck Pass Live tonight, right after finals. You get to see it all.
Yeah, definitely don't want to miss that. In the meantime, before you see us on Deck Pass Live tonight, you definitely want to come to usaswimming.org at 6:30 p.m. for taper time with Jason Lezak and Caitlin Sandino. A lot of fun and games. They're going to have special guests on there. They also have Elizabeth Beisel and Cullen Jones there. I mean, just saying those 4 names, that sounds like fun to me.
It's huge, right? And Cullen Jones, a new daddy. So talk about sleep. He's actually getting sleep here. We talked to him last night. He's like, yeah, I'm sleeping like a baby.
Yeah,
no
he got
pun
like
intended.
10 hours of sleep. I think he was so happy about that.
So happy. So you're going to want to see him. He's going to be very energetic. And Elizabeth Beisel, is definitely going to be energetic. Love them. So go watch it. They were throwing avocados last night, which was great.
Yeah, I'm not sure what games they have today, but if you're in the Palo Alto area, come by and see them. Again at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on usaswimming.org, or just come by and see them. After the racing, come see us at Deck Pass Live. We'll be shortly after finals. It's going to be a lot of fun. Who knows what we're going to have here on the desk? We've had some great guests so far. We're going to keep that rolling. So thanks, everybody, for joining us this afternoon. And we had a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tonight.